we are at the cusp of the greatest wealth transfer America has ever seen. Over 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day, and they're not only retiring, but they're going to be transferring billions of dollars of businesses. They'll be passing on shares and stocks of companies, liquid assets, intellectual property. All this wealth in trillions of dollars will be passed on over the next decade. So the question I always ask myself, how are you positioning yourself to get a piece of that cake? Because a lot of these baby boomers are willing to pass on those businesses to people who are going to continue to own them and manage them. I was reading something the other day which says about 48% of all successful million-dollar businesses in America are boring businesses. Boring means plumbing, electrical businesses, you know, the guys who fix toilets, the guys who mow lawns. These are the million-dollar businesses. One of the things that has changed my life drastically from the time I came to the US till this point is that's the single thing that has drastically has the most impact on my life. Hey, I feel blessed today. What an awesome day to be alive. I hope it's a wonderful day wherever part of the world you're at. And hey, you know, if you're new to the channel, why don't you drop me a like down in the comment section? Leave me a comment, let me know how you enjoyed this video and any other video that you're going to be watching, right? And if you like what you find, you like the content, don't forget to share to the people you care and love so that way they can also get informed. Remember, sharing is caring. And sharing is actually my love language. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Guys, you know what? We are at the cusp of the greatest wealth transfer America has ever seen. Now, you certainly know I don't want to bore you with all the statistics of the number of baby boomers who are retiring. Over 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day, and that trend is going to continue for the next many years. And they're not only retiring, but they're going to be transferring billions of dollars of businesses. We are talking here about lawn mowing businesses, mom and pop stores, hardware stores, you know, repair shops, car garages, dry cleaning businesses, laundromats, car repair shops, coffee shops, grocery stores, mom and pop corner stores, all of those kind of businesses. These guys no longer want those businesses because they're getting older. They're not interested in managing them anymore. And what makes it even more difficult is that their children and their families are not also interested. For a lot of these baby boomers, their children are not in the line of business they were in. Their children have moved on to other careers and they have no interest to come back and take those businesses. In addition to that, they'll be passing on shares and stocks of companies, liquid assets, intellectual property. All this wealth in trillions of dollars will be passed on over the next decade. So the question I always ask myself, and this is the question I always put to all the clients and the people who are in my community, how are you positioning yourself to get a piece of that cake? Because that's a very important cake, right? That's a huge cake. And sometimes we always believe that we need to start a business, we need to create a new business, start some new idea. You don't necessarily have to. If you're someone who is interested in entrepreneurship, this is the greatest opportunity for you to ever be an entrepreneur. You know why? Because a lot of these baby boomers are willing to pass on those businesses to people who are going to continue to own them and manage them. And because they really want the businesses to continue, they're willing to make some concessions. And when I say concessions, I mean they are willing to even finance your purchase of those businesses. I have a friend of mine who just bought over a local farm in Iowa. This farm is about 40 acres. And the farmer has owned that farm and worked the land for the last 40 years. And his children are all in the city, some of them in Chicago, Ohio. And they are not interested in working on the farm. But my friend grew up on the farm in Cameroon. He's a pharmacist by profession, but he's very passionate about work on the farm. So he bought that land from the owner. And the owner was willing to finance it and let the guy be paying monthly payments to him towards the loan. So instead of him going to get a loan from the bank and coming to pay the owner says, hey, you know what? I will give you about 5 years to be making monthly payments while you figure out how you want to finance the entire property and own it outright, right? That's great opportunities. Those things are not usual, guys. So what I'm saying here is whatever gift you might have, you might be somebody who is not only gifted with entrepreneurship or is something you want to do, but you also have a gift. Maybe you know how to cook. You could look at acquiring a restaurant. Of course, restaurant businesses are very tough. Anybody who knows about business knows that restaurant business businesses, 1 out of 2 of them fail in the first 1 year or something. So it's a very hard business. But if you're somebody who loves to cook, who loves to cater, to take care of people, you might consider that. I have a friend of mine in Lenexa in Kansas City, Nebangwa, and his wife, Stella Nebangwa. They are doing a wonderful job. Stella is a nurse. Nebangwa was a distribution manager for Coca-Cola. And they started their own business catering for African food. And what they did is they basically are taking African food now to Main Street in Kansas. Can you imagine in Lenexa in Kansas? This is a place which is predominantly Caucasian. And today in the malls in Lenexa, where they operate, they have 2 stores right now and they're working on the 3rd store. They sell strictly African flavor. Fufu, egusi, granite soup, what we call granite soup is called peanut butter sauce. You know, they sell all this variety of African flavors. And trust me, they've been very successful at it. They've been able to move it into Main Street. So people come to the malls now to shop and they stop at their food store and buy a lot of food from them. People are getting more comfortable with that taste. So they love cooking and they moved in that direction. What is it? Maybe you're somebody who loves to do your own lawn mowing at home. You're passionate about mowing lawns. You love to help your neighbors mow their lawns. Buy a lawn mowing company from a baby boomer who is retiring. And now you can put a little bit of AI behind that thing. You add some AI ability to advertise. You do some digital marketing on social media, and you are off to the races. Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right financially? You have a good career, you make great income, you are saving money, you are investing, it's the greatest time of your life, but deep down, you are still not completely sure you are making the right financial decisions. If that's you, I completely understand, because I know what it feels like to earn good money. I've made multiple 6 figures in tech and still struggle financially. Years ago, despite earning well above double 6 figures, I filed for bankruptcy, guys. I lost 2 homes to foreclosure. I lost over $80,000 in the stock market trying to trade simply because I didn't understand how investing and wealth building really worked. You know what my problem was? Was that nobody had taught me how to build wealth the right way, the sustainable way. That's exactly why I created my private wealth strategy session. This is a structured 60-minute strategy session which is designed to help you gain something that's incredibly difficult to find today. My goal isn't to tell you what to do. I'm no financial advisor, okay? But my goal is to help you see what you may not be seeing on your own, because I've walked that path and that journey. Because clarity changes decisions and better decisions change lives. You will live with a clear roadmap, greater confidence in your financial direction, and a better understanding of the next logical steps that move you closer to the future you are trying to build. The investment for this 60-minute session is a small percentage of what you even make every week. And if at the end of our conversation we both decide it makes sense to continue working together, I'll credit every dollar of your investment towards the implementation program that's the best fit for you. So if you're ready to stop simply earning money and start becoming more intentional about building wealth, if you are ready to gain clarity, confidence, and direction for your financial future, I want you to pay attention. If this resonates with where you are today, like where I was 10 years ago, click the link below and book your private wealth strategy session. I'd be honored to walk that journey with you. Now, let's get back to today's video. Guys, you must understand something. Very few businesses are going to revolutionize the world. I was reading something the other day which says about 48% of all successful million-dollar businesses in America are boring businesses. And what does boring mean? Boring means plumbing, electrical businesses, you know, the guys who fix toilets, the guys who mow lawns, and things like that. These are the million-dollar businesses. And remember, we are living in a time when some of these services are recession-proof. So what it means is no matter how bad the economy is, if your toilet is clogged, you will need a plumber. I don't care what you want to do. If you don't know how to fix it by yourself, you have to bring a plumber in and you have to pay them to fix it, right? If your kitchen sink is plugged or your electricity is not working, you have to call an electrician. So even though AI is going to displace a lot of people, you have to realize there is great opportunity for those who really want to own businesses. I, for one, I'm in the business of education, right? I'm in the business of teaching first, second second generation immigrants who work hard, who do everything by the books, but who still struggle on their pocketbooks, on their purpose, and on their legacy. I teach them how to use the money they make to invest in liquid assets on the stock market, to invest in real estate, build wealth, and build a lasting legacy. I'm building a business of my own, and of course, I'm also looking out too. If I see an opportunity where I could buy an existing business that has a client base and bring them into my business, I will do that. So the purpose of this video today was to encourage each and every one of you in my community, or anyone who will be watching this video, to understand, especially if you're living in a part of the world where these dynamics are available, to understand that yes, even when you're an employee, it doesn't mean you cannot own a business along the line, right? It doesn't mean you cannot also invest in businesses. And if you don't want to own the business outright, remember too, these baby boomers are also going to be passing on liquid assets like stocks, like bonds, like certificates of deposits, and all those wealth they'll be passing in on to their families. What that means is, of course, you also want to invest in companies that are traded on the stock market. I say it all the time. If you've been watching my platform, I really believe that's the easiest business to own, owning shares of proven companies, right? One of the things that has changed my life drastically from the time I came to the US till this point is learning how to invest on the stock market. That's the single thing that has drastically has the most impact on my life. And trust me, I went to school in the University of Berkeley Extension, okay? I have graduate certificates in marketing and international business from Berkeley. I have tons of experience. I've been a director of marketing for one of the top distribution and network marketing companies distributing natural health products in Africa. I have worked in Gabon, Nigeria, Congo, Central Africa. I have filed for bankruptcy. I've foreclosed on 2 homes. I've rebuilt my life, and today I'm able to build a 7-figure portfolio, right? And the one thing I'll tell you that has changed my life, I worked in IT, I made double 6 figures. I worked for some of the top technology companies in the world, Oracle, Accenture, Cognizant, these top companies. But let me tell you the one thing that changed my life the most is understanding and starting to invest on the US stock market. I want that to sink in. Learning and starting to invest in companies traded on the US stock market. Because these are proven businesses. These are businesses that have stood the test of time, right? And once I learned that skill, I understood that skill, everything changed for my life. So I really think we are living in the best time you could possibly ask humanity to live in. The opportunities are incredible. You also have to watch out, because when there are opportunities, there are also scams. I see a lot of people today suffering from the consequences of basic scams that they scam them. Crypto scams are out there. AI scams are out there. Everybody is talking about becoming a guru, or they are claiming to be gurus. Guys, you don't have to work with me. Work with somebody, but make sure that person knows what they are doing, all right? Don't get your money taken from you and deceive that people are going to do things for you and they'll do nothing. Listen to me very carefully. Most people are going to build wealth by doing 3 simple things I'll tell you. Number 1, live below your means. So if you earn $100, if you earn $5,000 a month, try to make your lifestyle at a point where you can have $1,000 available for you. Now that $1,000, use that to invest in a low-cost index fund, in a basic market ETF like VTI, VOO, and this is not financial advice, but I'm just sharing with you what I will do. Take that $1,000 and invest consistently on the stock market. And number 3, stay the course. Give yourself 10, 15, 20 years if you can, or however long you can. Because you have to understand something, guys. Most people are going to build wealth investing in boring assets on the stock market. Yes, I hear about real estate and all that good stuff. Many people get carried by the flashiness of real estate. I have owned rental properties before, and I'm going to do a separate video on that, right? I have owned rental properties before. I still own real estate investment trust assets. I own land. Let me tell you something. Pound for pound, the investment that gives you the greatest potential for growth is investing in liquid assets and stocks on the stock market. Investing in stocks and dividend producing stocks on the stock market. Investing in ETFs, investing in stocks like Microsoft, like Tesla and all these other companies, because these are companies that are proven. These are companies that have been existing for a while. These are companies that are regulated by the company. So it is different. When you are investing in them, you can be sure that you are investing in companies that are not going to disappear overnight. Don't get caught up in the whole trap of trying to look for the quickest thing that will take you to the moon. No company is going to the moon quick, all right? It needs time. So guys, I just wanted to come to you with this. I hope you find some value in this. Give me a thumbs up, like this video, share this video, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, right? You can also join my community. And if you're somebody who is very private, you want us to talk one-on-one, there is a link down in the description. Click on that link. Let's have a one-on-one conversation about how I can help you, position you, how I can work on your specific situation and give you a customized plan based on your needs and on your specific circumstance. Until the next time, be well, be blessed, and by all means, never stop being a blessing to somebody. I'll see you in the next video.